Hey, it's freaking Fab. Huh? It's freaking Fab. What? It's freaking Fab. It's freaking Fab, breaking balls, takes me up the walls, talking all that shit that make you wanna get involved. Ain't no ball. Rick and Fab, no ball. Look, when you wanna talk ball, tell me who you call. I know it's Rick and Fab, got it all, ain't no ball. Look, Rick and Fab, no ball. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The inaugural episode 1, hopefully the first of many. Rick and Fab, no ball. I'm here with my tall and handsome co-host, Fab. Fab, would you say you know ball?
Yeah, I definitely know ball, 100%.
Yeah, I know ball as well. Thank you all for being here with us. We're really excited to get into it. Like I said, hopefully this is the first of many. A few people I want to shout out before we get into it. First and foremost, MereKat. Me and Fab, we were absolutely clueless for a week trying to figure out this technical shit, like a bunch of fish out of water, and MereKat really stepped up for us. So shout out to Mere. Producer Mere, the Henry Lockwood of Rick and Fab, no ball.
Dude, I like to liken it to, you know, the video of the DJ when there's only like 3 people, like that's me and Rick's like 5 combined brain cells, like trying to put this together.
Yeah, Fab or MereKat really gave us the kick in the ass we needed to get this going. So shout out to him. Sweet Tea came through with the intro, like just on the drop of a dime. Do we have it before this episode?
Yeah. You guys just heard it.
You should have just heard it. Yeah, it's been stuck in my head all week. Sweet Tea really went off with that. One of the funniest Twitter guys I know as well. Give him a follow. Stream him on Spotify. Sweet Tea Poppy.
Yep.
And lastly, Big Tasty brought us all together. Shout out to the cheapies. Everything we do for Big T.
That's right. Thank you, Big Tasty.
So I was thinking, like I said, I think this is going to be more of like a preview episode. We're trying to still get our feet under us here. Start off just with a little intro to us, get to know us, get to know what this podcast is going to be, get into some Game 2 breakdown. I know Fab, our resident Celtics fan, has a lot of thoughts on Draymond, a lot of thoughts on the rest, a lot of thoughts on Smart and Horford and those guys stinking it up out there. Talk some Game 3 preview, make some picks for that. And we also got an in-depth, we're going through it. We've been following the trial. We've been taking our notes. We're ready to go. Going to give you guys an in-depth, really get into the nitty-gritty of the Heard versus Depp trial, which I know, Fab, you're very excited for.
Yeah, you're going to want to stick around for that, definitely.
Yeah. Would you say you're Team Amber or Team Johnny?
I'm Team Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
I'd have to say Team Amber. I know that's kind of the controversial take right now, but, you know.
Fine.
Got to keep supporting, you know?
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, Game 2. Going to get into it. Fab, huge Celtics fan, like I said. I just want to let you go off for a second. Give me your initial thoughts from a Celtics homer perspective. What do we feel about Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, I woke up definitely. I feel like the morning after is way worse. Like I woke up just angry. I was talking to Rick before this. I took down some pregame notes of just things that I thought was going to happen, and one of the first things I said was I'm pre-mad at Celtics fans for blaming the refs if we lose this game, which I didn't expect this. I don't think anybody really expected us to go back to Boston up 2-0, and I don't think it was because of the refs. Can I ask myself a few questions real quick? Do you mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Interview yourself here, King.
Okay. Did Zach Zarba and Tony's brother play drop coverage on screens? No. Did they turn the ball over? How many turnovers? Was it 18 times? Did Tony's
18,
brother,
I think, was the total,
and Zach Zarba turn the ball over 18 times? No. Like that's why we lost the game. We had one more foul than them. It wasn't the fouls, man. I hate that shit so much. I mean, were there bad calls? Sure. But it's not why we lost the game. We couldn't defend. I mean, giving Steph Curry wide open threes, you're not going to win.
Yeah. And
if we're going to rely on 40-point fourth quarters, just end the series because it's not going to happen.
They had 96 possessions and finished with 18 turnovers. So if you're turning it over 20% of the time you have the ball,
right?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Probably not a long-term formula for success.
No,
just me.
It's not going to happen. And if we're just going to let them come out in the third quarter and just torch us at game in and game out, we're in big trouble. We're in very, very big trouble.
Yeah, that tonight, it felt more like a classic Warriors playoff game for me where, I mean, the first and second quarter, it was close on the scoreboard, but to me, it kind of just felt like the Warriors were waiting to pull away. And like we've seen a billion times over, the third quarter hit and the third quarter Warriors showed up. What was the scoring for that quarter? I think like something insane, 37 to like 12 or something. Let me look.
Third quarter was
35 to 14.
Yeah, 35.
So yeah,
14.
that's the story of the night. For me, really the story of the game was Draymond. And you know me, Draymond's my favorite player. I love that like scrappy attitude he brings in that, you know, everything he does that doesn't show up on the box score. I think he controlled the game about as much as you could for somebody who only scored 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get your initial take to this quote. Let me pull it up.
Oh God. Is this a post-game Draymond quote?
Yes.
Right.
Who Draymond, fellow podcaster like us, actually.
That's true. He
so
stepped
yeah,
into our world.
So we gotta we gotta respect him as a coworker in the field.
That's true.
Draymond Green on getting tangled up with Jaylen Brown. It's the NBA Finals. Like I said, I wear my badge of honor. It's not that I'm saying they necessarily treat me different. I've earned differential treatment. I enjoy that. I embrace that. So how do you feel about Draymond literally getting on the mic right after whooping your ass and saying, I earned preferential treatment from the refs?
I mean, I didn't see that. I watched, I guess I didn't catch that part of Draymond's post game. He's not really like wrong. Like I feel he's not the only guy either. Like the NBA, whether it's good or bad for the league, I feel like certain players you have to officiate and treat differently to help the product. Does that make sense? Like Giannis is one of those guys.
No.
Like,
superstar calls are a thing. If you don't admit you superstars get calls, you're brain dead.
And what did you think about that play though? Because I honestly like if they had called the double tech on that play, I would have been shocked. I was fine with it. I really didn't think it was that much there. It was a tiny little like there was nothing really there. Like that would have been pretty stupid if they threw Draymond out off of that play.
Yeah, I mean, people are like complaining that like the refs are giving preferential treatment. They don't want to give him his second tech. They don't want to eject him. Like, yeah. What's the issue? I want to see the best players on the floor. I want to see both teams at 100%. Like, I think you do have to have some discretion there and not just be like, oh, instantly toss him out of game 2 of the NBA Finals. And I think Draymond, like he just admitted, he knows he has that leash and he knows exactly how to toe that line. And to me, he did that perfect job of not getting tossed for it, but he had the whole Celtics roster rattled.
I wrote down.
There was a specific sequence where it was like halfway through the first quarter. The Celtics came out hot. They were 5-5 to start. It was looking like they had a really good shot to steal game 2. And then Draymond and Tatum like got into a little tussle on an inbounds play. The refs separated them. Instant foul called on Tatum. And then Draymond got it the next possession, fast break, and won. Mm-hmm. And he missed the free throw, which free throws were atrocious for him all night. But that felt like a real momentum swing. And like when you got Draymond playing balls to the wall, that's really what like juices this Warriors team and makes the engines turn or the gears turn.
Yeah. I was going to say that exact same thing. I took a note on that play because I could tell even after they got split up, Tatum was putting his head into him. And then on the inbound, Tatum fucking holds him. And it's like right there, you lost. Like it's like you lose right there. Draymond wins. Like, and then like, I mean, Tatum shot the ball fine, but like I would rather have game 1 Tatum than what he did yesterday, bro. Like 3 assists. Like when he's not passing the ball and he's not like able to penetrate, like the ball just wasn't moving. The ball was not moving at all. It was so hard.
He was minus 36 on the plus minus Jason Tatum, which
minus 21 in the third quarter.
Yeah. If you're minus 21 in a quarter, that's probably not that great. That's a hot take, but I mean, you do have to put the ball in the hoop and not give the ball to the other team. Basketball is a very simple game, and Celtics got away from that.
Dude, I'm gonna butcher his name. Is it Bielisa? Dude,
I was looking him up before the game too. Like, how am I gonna pronounce this? Like, I'm totally gonna butcher this. But yeah, he gave him some really solid minutes. He only played 10 minutes, but
he clamped Tatum
from the field. Gave some good possessions on Tatum. Fucking 3 for 4 from the field. About as good at 10 minutes as you can ask coming off injury, in my opinion.
And they had him matched up on Tatum, and Tatum just wasn't interested in doing anything about it. He just wasn't interested.
Yeah. It all like Tatum only quote unquote only had 4 turnovers, but I feel like all of them led to like a backbreaking play for the Warriors on the other end.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the Warriors just weren't. They were converting every turnover. I mean, this was just Warriors basketball firing on all cylinders. And I mean, Ime had a great scheme for it, but at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, like I know it's kind of hard to look at the big picture, but like you go on the road in the finals, game 1 and 2. If you come back 1-1, that's a win.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's
definitely.
a huge win. I mean, nobody thought it was going to be Celtics 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
You stole game 1. I mean, what more can you ask from the boys in green?
Yeah, that's what I keep reminding myself. And then on top, like we're good off of losses, like we have been, so I have no reason to believe that we won't respond again. But it's just, these games are just deflating.
I feel like there's always just this whole playoffs. There's been one game every series where the Celtics just forget how to play basketball.
Yeah, they're so good at doing it.
It's always the third quarter, and it's like oil and water. You got the third quarter Celtics kind of stinking it up, in the third quarter Warriors who are just this juggernaut. Both parties hit each other last night, and it got ugly fast.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about is what I was very curious going into the game how Rob would look off of 2 days rest versus 1 day rest. It seems like it didn't really make much of a difference as 2 days versus 1 day. I mean, we got 14 minutes out of him. He's still able to like contest at the rim, but other than that, his timing he's fucking flying by guys on threes. He's just all over the place. He had 2 rebounds, I think, 2 points.
I mean, obviously he's hurt. We saw him limping around. He was kind of just trying to give everything he could at that point.
Yeah.
The Celtics bigs got to step up more than they did last night. Him and Horford. I mean, and Tice was out there for some reason. I think I saw him hit 1 corner 3. Tice was getting way too many minutes. Here's another stat for you. This Celtics attempted only 6 shots directly at the basket. So only 6 like back to the post, like layups, like they drew 3 fouls on those shots. Like Horford and Williams were a non-factor to me, and that's exactly what Draymond said before the game to try and rattle them, was that they weren't going to repeat their shooting performance. It was Smart, Horford, and Williams, the 3 he specifically pointed to. They scored 6 points total, I think.
Yeah, 6 points total, and what did I say? 7 turnovers between the 3, including 5 from Smart. So I mean, like Smart had some bad turnovers, man. And he wasn't horrible defensively. I thought Derek White actually he had some really, really good possessions.
Dude, Derek White had great possessions. Great
He's
possessions.
the fucking man.
And I love what Ime, like he did it with KD, he did it with Giannis, he's doing it with Curry. He won't just have Smart, his best defender, guard you one-on-one the whole game. Like he'll throw 5 different guys at you throughout the course of the game. So you don't get to like settle in, you don't get a read on their tendencies. Like I remember it made me laugh out loud during the Nets series. Like 3 consecutive possessions, he put Smart on KD, then he put Tice on KD, then he had Peyton Pritchard on KD.
Yeah.
But and you wanted to talk about this as well. I think the Warriors kind of exploited that when they went away from their normal like off balls, constant motion, constant back cuts, and they just went, okay, Steph Curry pick and roll. They focused more on that in the third quarter and started abusing those switches, and that's when the game started to turn. So what did you think about the Celtics like defensive scheme there?
Dude, so like you would think that fucking Gary Payton and Draymond being on the court would benefit us defensively, because those are 2 guys in theory you don't have to guard. I mean, Gary Payton went 1 for 1, but he's coming off a broken left elbow, like his shooting arm. He hasn't shot the ball in like a month. So
Draymond shoots a jumper and the first 3 rows take cover. I mean, I love Draymond, but those are some fucking mortar shots to the rim.
Yeah,
those had some velocity. It gets ugly when he winds up. That's for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, when he does hit one though, because he will here and there, it's just so fucking deflating. Because
my god, and
the place erupts. Everybody feeds off of it. It's like that's the worst.
I do miss the Warriors in their old stadium though, because that stadium, Steph would hit a 3 and just go bananas. Yeah. And I guess the Chase Center is more like rich people focus and in a richer town, so it's less OG. But back to like Celtics defensive scheme. What did you think?
Well, I mean, back to Rob Williams only being able to give us 14 minutes hobbled out there. Like we had, how many minutes did Daniel Tice play? He played
too many.
14. So he also
too many.
Too many. He also played 14. The way that he was defending screens, like he might as well have been back in Boston watching, because he wasn't defending anybody. He wasn't doing anything. Like, you cannot give Steph Curry like 7 feet of room to just do whatever he wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, a few of the Jordan Poole shots were like the one to end the quarter. Like, what are you gonna do about that? And just like, and when it rains with the Warriors, it fucking pours.
Absolutely. That's what the Warriors rely on, is that momentum and that like backbreaking. Like, we're just gonna go on a crazy run, and you know it's gonna happen, and we know you can't stop it.
Yeah,
like that last night was just prime Warriors basketball, and for me as like an unbiased fan of the game, like that was just such a privilege to watch. Like Draymond barking at the refs on national TV, Steph Curry hitting step back threes in the NBA Finals, like just a perfect example of a Warriors game these last 6 years.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was just watching the game, just laughing. I was just laughing the entire time. I was just like what are we supposed to do here? Like, this is
the amount of times I've literally laughed out loud watching Steph Curry play the game of basketball. Like, he's like an alien specifically designed to play the game. It's not fair to the rest of us. I could spend the rest of my life in an empty gym shooting 9 hours a day, and I will never be as good at shooting a basketball as Steph Curry. It's insane.
It's insane. And Clay, let's talk about Clay a little bit. What do you 4 for 19 yesterday?
Oh my God, Clay. It might be time to take him out the pasture, dude. Might be time to focus on those IG lives and his girlfriend and his dog and smoking, and
because he's not really doing much of anything for him out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the case. I think the Warriors need to bench Klay Thompson. I know it's tough. I know he's been there for you every single step of the way. I know he worked his ass off to rehab, and we have seen flashes of him, but he's not that great on defense. He's not contributing offensively like Klay Thompson should. What is he on the floor for, other than the experience at this point?
He was getting some cardio last night. I mean, he had 11.
It was like that classic meme where you get the A on the group project and you didn't do anything. It was Klay Thompson last night reenacting it.
But it's still, as a Celtics fan, it's very concerning that he's doing nothing and we're getting blown out of the gym.
We're definitely going to get one game where Klay gets hot and goes thermonuclear, and there's just nothing you can do to stop it.
It's probably going to be game 3 or 4 in Boston, too. I can feel it. Yeah,
so I think, hot take, Warriors need to bench Klay for Gary Payton. Not for Jordan Poole, mind you. Jordan Poole and Steph, that's a defensive nightmare. I mean, Tatum and Brown see that lineup, they're licking their chops. But they put the lineup was Steph, Gary Payton, Otto Porter, Andrew Wiggins, and Looney. So no Draymond either. It was a good mix of offense and defense, and obviously not saying bench Draymond. Draymond's like the X factor. You keep him out there. But it was a perfect mix of like offense and defense in that backcourt. And I don't think you can really understate Gary Payton's impact tonight at all on both sides. As soon as they went with that lineup in the third quarter, that's when they started that 16-2 run that like really put the game out of reach. I loved what I saw from the Gary Payton lineups tonight.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys you love to have, because he was undrafted, right? Because he's like 29. He wasn't. Yeah,
I think he was. So undrafted or second round.
He's just got that dog, bro. He's got the dog. He's got
the dog. Inaugural Rick and Fab No Ball. He got that dog in him award. Goes to Gary Payton II.
Oh, definitely. And I didn't expect him to play as much as he did, but I mean, I think he played like 25 minutes, and he gave him a ton. He gave him a ton.
And like, especially when you compare that to Iguodala, they gave him minutes game 1, and he just looked a step behind. You swap those with Gary Payton playing like he did tonight, you're golden.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Something that actually surprised me, because in my head it was just like a 3-point barrage, which it kind of was. But we shot, like, Celtics and Warriors both shot 15 for 37 from 3. We had the exact same numbers.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics didn't shoot bad from deep at all. I mean, the story of the night, it was Draymond for me. Draymond, like, he was in the ref's ear at every turn and the players' ear at every turn. But it was also just the Warriors' defense being the Warriors' defense again. And I saw a stat in game 1, like, everyone was saying, oh, the Celtics aren't going to shoot that high of a clip from 3 again. They're not going to shoot 9 for 12 in the fourth again. They shot 41 threes that game, and 38 of them were either wide open or lightly contested. So they were getting good looks all night. It wasn't just like some anomaly where they randomly rolled out of bed and decided to torch the Golden State Warriors, the 3-time champs. They were getting very quality looks. They were attacking the defense well. They were taking advantage of the switches that the Warriors love to use. And tonight, I mean, Warriors locked down Draymond. He was guarding Jaylen Brown primarily. Jaylen shot 5 for 17. He would guard 3 to 4 different guys every possession. They were switching everything. They were closing well. The Warriors defense just really took it to another level, and I think that's the difference is they know like that level that the finals needs.
Yeah, and it's
that level of intensity.
I saw a lot of guys. I'm trying to remember that dude, Famous Los on Twitter. You've probably seen him. He had this video saying how like Horford's tricking everybody's not going to shoot like that. Horford didn't attempt a 3. He didn't even get a look.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I love Big Al. Huge Big Al guy. Nobody's going to come at me for slandering Big Al because I love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond, it was like within the first 3 minutes of the game, Draymond stripped him clean, took his cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Al went and complained to the refs, and that felt like a switch flip for Al for me, and he kind of laid off the rest of the game. I really think Draymond got in those 3 guys' heads, and that's exactly what Draymond wants to do.
Yeah, I took a note in the third quarter notes I have. For the first and second quarter, I took a bunch of like in-depth notes. Third quarter, what the fuck? Second one, Al looks lost when he's getting the ball. Al had Steph Curry in the post, one-on-one.
I remember.
He looked lost. He looked lost with Steph Curry on his back in the post.
And
like how does that happen?
The other Warriors like collapsed down on him on that possession, but you got Steph Curry on you. That's one dribble and a hook shot. Like,
yeah.
And you and I know that. Wait, Fab, remind the listeners, how tall are you?
6'7".
What a coincidence. I'm also of a similar height, 6'6". We play ball. We love ball. We know ball. If you're a big and you got the point guard switch on you in the post, that's one dribble, hook shot. And if you get a charge called on you, good. Make him earn it.
It's all day. And he just looked
absolutely
lost. And he had a few possessions in the post. He had that one I don't know who was guarding him. It might have been Draymond where he shot it over the backboard. Like just ugly looking shots.
I think Looney versus Horford is sneaky, like a very impactful matchup to the rest of this series because you look 1-4. These teams are so similarly built. They can switch everything 1-4. They got a defensive genius running the show. They're setting screens. Their offense is all motion. It's all back cuts. It's all quick movement. Like 1-4, these teams are, I mean, mirror images of each other. And that's why, like, this has been such a great series. I mean, even though they've been a couple blowouts, like, I've had a blast watching this as an unbiased fan.
Definitely.
But, like, if Looney's bringing the hustle and Looney's getting after the boards and he's getting second chance points and he's setting hard screens and Al Horford's going to no-show, that's a huge problem for the Celtics going forward. And I don't think Al's going to no-show going forward. I think he kind of just let Draymond rattle him a little bit, but he's got to step up for sure.
Yeah, I've never really I think there was one game in the Miami series, but you really never see Al. Al's like such a consistent guy. You never really see him just like look lost out there like he did yesterday.
He needed a map for sure. I mean, he needed emotional support. He needed something because that was just ugly, Al. Al, I love you, but fellow, we can do better than that.
We need Alcatraz back.
Have to. It's the NBA Finals. It's the NBA Finals.
We need Alcatraz to show up Wednesday.
It's like I said for Clay. If you're not playing in the finals, you can't play at all. Like do or die.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked Draymond. We talked refs. We talked benching Clay for Gary Payton. We talked Smart, Horford, and Bob throwing up a big old stinker. Celtics turnovers. Anything else of note? Oh shit. Anything else you want to cover from that game? And wait, actually, I did want to interrupt. Fab said he was taking notes the second and third quarter. Listen, this is hard work journalism we are doing for you all. Me and Fab, we are not taking this lightly. We're putting in the effort. We're breaking down the games. You're not going to find this anywhere else because you know why? Rick and Fab, no ball.
No ball. We're getting deep in the trenches here. The nitty gritty stuff nobody wants to talk about, really. Nobody else is talking about anything we're talking about here.
Yes. Don't turn the ball over and don't let Draymond Green rattle you. Nobody's saying that today.
Yeah, nobody said that. They're scared to say it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want like in-depth, like statistical basketball reference analysis of like, oh, this is this guy's true shooting adjusted percentage when he's guarded by this isn't the podcast for you. I'm just gonna say it, Fab. I don't know if you're a data analytics moonlighter in your free time that I don't know, but
no.
When you know ball, it's mostly about the eye test. You have stats to back yourself up, but listen, we know the game. We're not going to be bringing you the boring shit that all the nerds in their cubicles type up. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be breaking it down away. It's fun and understandable.
You're either a basketball nerd or you know ball. And on this podcast, correct me if I'm wrong, but we know ball.
I would hope so. Otherwise, we got a libel printed in the title of our podcast right there.
Literally right here. We know ball.
Read up, losers. But yeah, any other thoughts on game 2 you want to give? What are your thoughts on the series going forward? Let's get some series predictions out there for sure. Let's call our shot.
Like I said earlier, the Celtics have given me no reason to think that they won't bounce back. So I'm expecting, I think the line Celtics by 3.5 for game 3. Yeah. I like that. I think they'll win game 3.
Let's see if they have like props and stuff up so we can break those down.
I can see this. I mean, it's
they got all the lines.
Everything's up.
Yeah, they got player props and everything, so we can break. If you want to pull those up, we can break down like some picks and that whatnot. Okay. But yeah, what do you think? Celtics in how many games? I know you're not going to pick against them, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. The absolute perfect scenario for me is Celtics in 6. Just because I'm going to be in Boston right after that game 6. So if they win, I'll just already be there for the parade. It's going to be fucking sick.
Oh my God.
But
my biggest regret in life, sorry, not to sidebar, but when the Cubs won in 2016 and they had the parade and it was like the 7th biggest gathering in human history of people. Yeah. I had to skip that because my high school football coach wouldn't let me go. So if you get the chance, actually, you're a Boston sports fan. You get to see a championship parade every fucking year at this point. So, I mean, one's probably not going to affect you that much. For me, that was pretty much the only notable one in my lifetime.
I've been to a bunch of Patriots ones, but I think I don't want to get ahead of myself. But that's perfect. Yeah. I don't really like if Celtics win in 6. I would be surprised. Yeah. I can see
you're a Boston sports fan and you don't like the parade, just wait a year and go to the next one.
That's true. That's right. I can see it going back and forth, just like every other fucking series the Celtics playing. Just win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And I mean, getting one in Golden State was just so huge.
Not only that, like just the stress of winning in 6 versus winning in 7. Like I cannot imagine my Bulls actually playing in the game 7 of an NBA Finals. Like I would be an emotional wreck. But like I said, I don't see my team play for championships very often, so I can't relate to you here, Fab.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about it till you just said that. The thought of going into Golden State for a game.
Wait, I just lagged. Oh no. Did we lose Fab or did we lose me? That would be a nightmare. I can't tell. I think I'm the one recording, so we have to have lost Fab, right?
Can you hear me?
Wait, back?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, you lagged out.
We should. Mere should be able to cut that. I'm just gonna mark down what time it was. So
I was solo riffing. Don't worry about it. No cuts. We're going raw. We're going off the dome. Let's go. No notes.
You can just keep.
Oh, I think we lost Fab again. All right, solo riff. Power ranking right now, top 5 national food chains. 1, Chili's. 2, Olive Garden. 3, this is like fast casual dining, not like actual fast food. 3, Buffalo Wild Wings. 4. Oh, Fab's texting me. Are you back again?
There we go. Yeah, are we good?
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm the one recording, so I think it's got to be you lagging, right?
It probably is, yeah. I think
okay, yeah. But to finish my power rankings, I'm going 4, Culver. Culver's is more fast food. While you're gone, I just solo riffed off top 5 fast casual national food chains. We got 1 Chili's, 2 Olive Garden, 3
1
Buffalo
Chili's?
Wild Wings. Yeah, Chili's is top 1. Not even a debate. You're not a Chili's guy?
What is this connection, man?
Hello? This is bad. This is very, very bad. Okay. I can't think of number 4. Oh, can't show the moms of the babe. I'm blanking. No, Shake Shack's so overrated. Not Shake Shack. Yeah, we'll just settle at top 3. Oh, Fab's back again?
I reset my Wi-Fi. This should be good, actually.
Okay.
Should be good.
All right, yeah. Top 3 national food chains: 1 Chili's, 2 Olive Garden, 3 Buffalo Wild Wings. There you go. There you have it, straight from the dome. So yeah, Celtics in 6. And also as a Celtics fan, you have nightmares of legendary game 6s against you. You got LeBron in 12. You got Jimmy just this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Game 6 and Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
I mean, if it gets to 6, game 6 Klay, keep a lookout.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call my shot here. It's gonna be a bold take, but if this comes true, and I actually do think this is what's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna call my shot, be Nostradamus real quick.
I already know what you're
I think Steph Curry is gonna exercise his demons and come back from a 3-1 lead. I think the Celtics steal the next 2. I think the Warriors go home for game 5. They win 5. I think they steal game 6 on the road, and then game 7 at home. I think Steph Curry comes back from a 3-1 lead this year, and I'm just speaking it into existence.
I had that thought, too. I had that thought late last night, and frankly, it made me want to die because it's going to happen, too. It's so going to happen.
Oh my God! It's just the way the NBA works with there's always perfect drama and perfect storylines, and that's what I love about the NBA is more so than any other sport, it's a reality TV show, and it's just it really pure entertainment. I think it's going to happen this year. I think if Adam Silver has to put in the call to the refs to make it happen, I think it does. This year, really, to me, just feels like let's all help out Steph's legacy year. He could boof up the rest of the finals, and they're going to give him the Finals MVP award. That's a lock if they win.
They have to. They have to. I'm curious to see when they're going to insert Scott Foster into the series. Celtics 13 or 14-0 with Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see when he gets thrown in here in the mix.
Boston's secret weapon. We were acting like Al Horford's the X factor. Really, it's Scotty Foster.
Yeah, it's Scott Foster.
Okay, so you're picking Celtics in 6. I got Warriors in 7 after coming back from 3-1. I will say, I am the furthest thing from a Celtics hater. I've been in a long time as a knower of ball and a lover of ball. I've appreciated the Celtics since their little All-Star break turnaround. They've been a very fun team to watch. They've been number 1 offensively and defensively. I thought they were going home in 5. I thought the stat was the Warriors had 140 combined games as finals experience. Celtics had 0. I thought, that experience was going to be the differentiating factor. I thought, the Celtics, they just didn't have the medal yet. They got to take their licks and then come back to the finals. But, hey, we got a series. And at the end of the day, as an unbiased fan, that's all I can ask for coming from the first 2 games. We're 1-1. Both teams match up well. Both teams are throwing haymakers left and right. We got a series. I could not be more excited for it, Fab.
Yeah. Like you said, you thought it would be Warriors in 5. The commentary going in was a lot of, the Celtics are the only team with a winning record against the Warriors in the Steve Kerr era, and that I hated that because that's obviously they're seeing that, and I thought they were going to come out. That's why I was so shocked that we won game 1 because I really thought after all those headlines the Warriors were going to come out and just fucking run us out of the gym. Yeah. But instead, they did it in game 2. So,
yeah, I thought the same thing for both games. I bet Warriors wire to wire both games, which is they have to be leading at the end of every quarter. Hit last night, didn't hit game 1, obviously, but yeah.
I've never heard of that bet. I like that though. What are the odds on that?
It's on FanDuel. I've been betting it a lot for the Warriors this playoffs. It has not been hitting well. Warriors, their one weakness is sleepwalking. They always think they can just flip that switch and just take over. And now that Kevin Durant isn't here, it's a lot harder to flip the switch, although they are still very much capable of it. They were I saw a stat, they were 2-15 covering the first quarter spread in the playoffs. Something crazy like that. They are not a good first quarter team. But yeah, the odds on those for the Warriors, at home, it was plus 200 for both games. And then on the road, it's plus 400.
That's not bad. I like that bet actually.
And you have if you go into halftime and they were winning at the end of the first 2 quarters, great opportunity for hedges and shit. I discovered it recently. It's a great bet to make.
Yeah,
I don't
like
think I'm
that a
going to
lot.
be taking it game 3 at all, but yeah.
Do we want
So
to
let's-
talk game 3 real quick?
Yeah, let's give. So let's look at the spread. Do you have like the lines pulled up, like player props and shit?
Yeah, well, I kind of in a second here.
Let's give. So the line is Celtics -3.5, -150 money line, over under 212.5. Let's give a pick for both of those main spreads, and then give me like your favorite player prop.
Okay. I already said I like Celtics by 3.5.
Yeah, I think they get it done with 3.5 as well. I don't hate the over at all.
I don't either. That's not a very high number.
The pace they've been playing at such a like quick pace, which I think that leans more towards the Warriors and the Celtics pushing the break, just because Warriors have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and even Wiggins has been balling this year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this quick pace that they keep playing at is it's going to lead to an overhitting.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure or at least in game 1, there's like a record amount of 3-pointers made so far in the series, like the most ever or something.
Yeah.
Which is expected.
I mean, that's just the way ball's going these days. As knowers and lovers of ball, that's just something we have to learn to live with and appreciate of this thing that we love so much.
For a player prop, I think we're due for a Tatum game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of his rebound prop. 6.5 is where it sits usually. So I like 6.5. I don't know if I like that or what is it, 40.5 PRA.
I mean, Tatum on his home floor at the TD Garden. If he doesn't show up here, then when are you going to show up? Like,
right.
I love Tatum, but he's taken like the next leap into being top 5 in this playoffs. I think like he has taken over when they have been able to get shots. He has kind of, evolved as a player and become somebody you can rely on in the playoffs. But now he's got to show it in the finals. That's the next step, is showing you can be the guy that takes over in the finals, gets buckets when your team needs him in the finals. Like, that's his next evolution into becoming a top 5 player, doing it on the biggest stage. So I agree. I think we're due for a Tatum bounce back.
Yeah, and I mean the points. Like, I mean, what did he have? 28 yesterday. The points are the points. I care way more about.
I was shocked he had 28. That was the quietest 28 points I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he made 6 threes, but I don't give it. Like, I mean, I do care about the points, but I care more about his rebounding and assist numbers, which he combined for 9 rebounds and assists. So like I have no proof to back this up or numbers, but when Tatum's hitting the glass and moving the ball around, the Celtics don't.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, when Tatum's like being a playmaker and like passing up the shots to make the extra pass and getting assists, like, I think that's when the Celtics are firing on all cylinders.
That game was over on that one. Or this might have been, the game might have already been over at this point because we were down by 20. But he had a couple possessions. I hate when he fucking does this shit where he just stands there for like 6 seconds sizing up his defender. I think he had Wiggins on him, and then he takes that contested sidestep. It's like, dude, it's a wasted possession. Like, he hits it every now and then, but if you're standing there and just eating up 6, 7, 8 seconds of the shot clock, just like sizing your guy up to eventually do nothing,
you're right.
It's so deflating.
In his head during those 6 to 8 seconds, he's having a full conversation with Kobe. And Kobe is telling him he needs to take that step back fade away. Yeah, it's not actually happening, but that's what Tatum's doing in his head. Is, I gotta be Kobe Bean. I gotta make sure 100%. I can text him and Instagram it after the game about this.
Oh my god, bro, that shit's been. There's a few reaches. I think the practice, like his what he was wearing at practice with the shirt. I think that could have been a reach.
Like, can you imagine you're the Celtics equipment manager and Tatum comes to you with a picture of Kobe? I need this exact t-shirt
look like this
by tip off tomorrow.
It's like, dude, what do you want him to wear? Like, he plays for the Celtics. He's probably gonna.
They definitely did not have that merch on hand. Like, they had to send an intern down to the screen printing shop. They had to show him the design that they needed. Like, that was not something out of Tatum's closet. That's something that they had to do. The Celtics organization as a whole had to do a lot of legwork to make that photo happen.
Yeah, and when Tatum's hooping, like, cool. Like, it's sick. But when he's not,
and I feel like this might be a hot take. This is probably going to be a scorching hot take, actually. Like, no disrespect to Kobe, obviously. R.I.P. GOAT, love the guy. But I feel like there's getting to be a competition among the young players where it's like Booker and Tatum and those guys, like a competition. Who was the closest with Kobe?
Yeah, who's gonna be?
I feel like they're always just trying to like prove to each other, like, oh yeah, Kobe was my dog. Yeah. And like he was a god to these guys growing up. Like every single player in the league, they idolized Kobe growing up. Yeah. But like at some point, just go out there and hoop, man.
Yeah, it's like you should want to go out and build your own. Like you don't want to be baby Kobe. You go out there and be Jason Tatum. You don't want to. You don't want to be like, oh, this is little Kobe. No, go be fucking Jason Tatum.
I remember when Booker was stinking it up out there against the Warriors. Trill Withers, like funniest tweet I ever saw, was like, Booker got to trade in those Kobe's. Nice pair of Monarchs, perhaps. Which, like, hey, Tatum, if Tatum keeps stinking it up out there, don't show me a Kobe elbow band again. Like, if you're gonna embrace the Mamba mentality, you got to live the Mamba mentality.
100%.
That's what Kobe did.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality, as we know, Mamba mentality is not a part-time gig. It's 100% all the time, and I know we live that in our daily lives. As you know, you deal with your clients, and I'm door dashing all day. We take the Mamba mentality to that.
Podcasting too.
Oh, obviously. Yeah. I mean, we're only 40 minutes deep into our podcasting careers, and I feel like the Kobe Bryant of podcasting right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page there. Tatum, figure it out. I mean, you make all the excuses you want. You can point to the Warriors' defensive scheme. You can point to Draymond. At the end of the day, if you're your team's best player, you show up in the NBA Finals. That's how I feel about it. All right. So game 3, we both got Celtics 3.5. We both got. Are you on the over or the under?
Over.
All right. So we've been talking bounce back games. I like Al Horford points rebounds over 20.5. I don't think Al Horford's going to stink it up again.
Just points and rebounds, or points, rebounds, assists?
Just points and rebounds. I'm not expecting Al Horford to be the maestro of the offense here at all. Let's just crash the glass. Let's get 4 free throws, couple hard-earned second chance points, jumper or 2. Mm-hmm. No complaints from me.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. And I think, like we talked about earlier, the Warriors, they really went away from that, that motion-oriented, that back cuts and that, setting screens off the ball and that type of offense. It's really been their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Celtics, like we said, mirror images of each other. Match up very well, can switch every single matchup, every single back cut.
Yeah.
I like Steph Curry's points over as well. Hold on, I just lost it.
Curry points.
Curry over 28.5. I like that as well. He's been averaging 32 a night these first 2 games, which to me is like a very sneaky 32 a night. Like we always like, oh, Steph kind of doesn't really have the fastball these finals, but he's averaging 32, 5 and 5. The Warriors, they went away from, like I said, their bread and butter motion offense, and they just said, Steph Curry, pick and roll. This is our best player. Let's exploit these switches. Let's exploit Robert Williams playing 7 feet off, like you said. Yeah. I think we're going to have another Steph Curry classic. And, I mean, you can tell that guy wants finals MVP. That guy wants the trophy bad. He's playing for that. So I think Steph Curry is going to go off again.
Yeah, I also like Jordan Poole unders. I think it's going to be a very feast or famine series for Jordan Poole.
Right.
Because when he's not producing on offense, he's not really playable because we're just going to attack him. I think especially after what he did last night, I think we're really going to go at him, I think. And because I think the game 1 I don't think he did anything.
Nothing. I mean, the guy, these playoffs, he played himself into a max contract, and then he played himself right back out of a max contract. Yeah.
Because he can't. He's such a
liability. File that under things you hate to see, but yeah, like I said, it's the finals. You either show up or you don't.
Yeah,
and like I was saying about like they need to like potentially starting that Steph Gary Payton lineup. Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson being your 2 guards running the bench unit would just be a death lineup in terms of a second unit.
Yeah, that's actually sick. That is just disgusting, sick.
Those two coming off the bench would, So I'm very heavy in on the start Gary Payton train. Start it right now. Let's get it trending. I'm gonna tweet it right now.
Tweet at Steve Kerr. Yeah. You imagine if he
Steve Kerr's active. Steve Kerr's active on the bird, isn't he?
I think he is. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he only really tweets about like social justice stuff like that.
He is. He doesn't have a verified check, which is just shocking to me. All right, hashtag start. Maybe I'm just tweeting at a random name, Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr burner.
Do you know Steve Kerr's son's name?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it out loud for me right now.
Is that actually his son's name? Or is that
Swear to God.
That's real?
It's Nicholas Kerr, and he does not go by Nicholas. So the listeners at home, you can put that together however you want.
Yeah, just say it in your head.
Psycho move.
Yeah, that's one of the most outrageous things I've ever heard in my life. At first I always thought that was a joke.
Bro.
What?
That, I said I tweeted a picture of like me, you, and MereKat in the Zoom?
Yeah.
85 likes, 25 replies.
What?
We're doing numbies. We're doing numbies
on this episode. It hasn't even dropped
the
yet.
knowers of ball are gathering, and the people are anxious to hear what we have to say. Which shout out to all of you guys. Shout out like me. Shout out Eggy. Shout out PG. Shout out Roquan. Shout out Deej. Shout out Jeff Nadeau.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Nittany Bryant. Wow.
Other knowers of
unreal
ball
already.
We haven't
even dropped episode 1 of Rick and Fab No Ball, and other knowers of ball are showing out. Love you guys so much. Wow,
that's unreal.
That just made my day.
Unreal. Also, I also wanted to shout out Slim and or it was just Slim or a few other people. I can't even remember who it was. This is terrible, but people who reached out and offered help.
PG was another one.
PG too. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. We're definitely. I mean. Like we said earlier, we really have no idea what the fuck we're doing. MereKat's been huge, but like we'll definitely use you guys' help. And I appreciate
like anybody who like you said, PG and Slim, anyone who reached out to offer help, anyone who just liked the tweet saying they would listen if we'd started a podcast, all these people that are hitting us with the replies. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. We really want this to like blow up. We really want this to be like a regular thing. And I mean, I'm having a blast episode 1, Fab. I don't know. I love talking ball with it. I love talking ball with another guy who knows ball. So yeah, so much love for you guys. Thank you guys. Wow.
What actually Cranny said this to me yesterday it's funny that we're starting a basketball podcast with 4 games left in the basketball season.
I was just gonna say, who said that? Cranny?
Yeah.
Cranny stole my damn joke. I was going to make that same joke. Everybody knows if you want to start a basketball podcast, you start it with max 5 games left in the season.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't wait, though, because we'll do a lot of hypotheticals and shit. We'll be able to predict off-season moves. We'll move guys around ourselves.
What I love about the NBA going back to like 2015, the off-season is just as entertaining as in-season.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna be knee-deep in the trade machine, making shit happen.
Oh yeah, I'm already starting the DeAndre Ayton to the Bulls dialogue. I just saw a report today. It's more likely than not that DeAndre Ayton does not play in a Phoenix Suns uniform next year.
What about Rudy? No Rudy?
You know me. I'm a Rudy Gobert hater. I hate Rudy Gobert. I think he's the biggest fraud ever. The fact that he has 3 Defensive Player of the Year trophies and Draymond Green, the best defender of our generation, has 1. The fact that kids in 20 years are going to look back and say Rudy Gobert was a generational defender and he was better than Draymond, it makes me sick to my stomach. Rudy Gobert is a liability in every playoff game he's ever been in. He can't be on the floor because he gets put in pick and rolls and he gets exposed as soon as – last year in the playoffs, Terrence Mann was matchup hunting for Rudy Gobert in that Clippers series. Terrence Mann. Have you heard a word out of Terrence Mann this year? No, you haven't heard shit from Terrence Mann because he sucks. But he got into the playoffs. He went in pick and rolls until he got a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, guarding him on the perimeter, and he took him to the rack. Draymond Green can guard 1 to 5. Rudy Gobert can guard 5. That's it.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Defensive Player of the Year should, in theory, be able to play in games, right? Because
yes.
he shouldn't be taken out because he can't defend, right?
Personally, if I have a defensive player of the year on my roster and I'm paying him $50 million a year, I would like him to play defense in playoff games. Yeah,
it's the least he can do.
I would like to have him on the floor.
Yeah,
or maybe. Listen, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Call me crazy. Maybe he could shoot the ball and like put it in the basket a few times.
Maybe
Rudy Gobert is a liability. If the Bulls make a move for him, I will throw up. I will physically be ill. If Rudy Gobert is in the red and black, no, I don't want that at all. But luckily, for the first time in my life as a Bulls fan, I have a front office that I have 100% faith in, 100% belief in. And that's just wild to me that like, I mean, our front office has been atrociously bad for my entire life as a Bulls fan. I don't know if you know, it's like, I can't even say his name. We just call him AK because he's like a European dude, European-ass name. Though we signed it. He was like running ops for the Nuggets. We signed him like 2 years ago. And yeah, I'm excited about the Bulls going forward.
Yeah, you definitely got something there.
Give me DeAndre Ayton. Do not give me Rudy Gobert. I think AK is going to be smart enough to realize that.
Yeah, my home for Rudy, I think, is in Toronto. I think that's that's
a good fit, like culturally and like into the roster as well. Put him next to Siakam. I mean, do we want to talk? We could talk Ayton. We could talk Mitchell is apparently unhappy.
I saw was it Brendan Fraser fan yesterday? Maybe on Twitter. He tweeted.
I did. Yeah, it was him. I did.
He predicted Donovan Mitchell to the Celtics,
and I mean. As a Celtics fan, as a Bulls fan, as any NBA fan, I wouldn't want to touch Donovan Mitchell with a 10-foot pole.
And especially, he's a fucking Louisville guy. I'm a Kentucky guy. Fuck Donovan Mitchell, dude. The concerning part for me is I don't think we would ever actually go get Donovan Mitchell, but the fact that Donovan and Jalen are fucking boys and Tatum.
Yeah,
maybe will concern me a little bit, but I really don't see any way that he is a Celtic ever. And if he is, I won't be sitting here. I won't be sitting.
Yeah, I'm looking at his playoff stats right now. I mean, 6 games in the playoffs this year. He shot 20% from 3. He took 14 2-pointers a game. He shot 50%. He's not like he doesn't distribute. He doesn't like shoot from the perimeter. He's not what you want from a modern guard. He's just an ISO jack up long twos guy.
He needs the ball in his hands at all times. And we
absolutely
had Dennis Schroeder, who's like a worse version of fucking Donovan Mitchell, who just needs the ball in his hands at all times. And how did that work out? Not good. So we're gonna go get someone who needs the ball in his hands even more. That's the answer. Absolutely not. There's just no way.
That was so funny when like Schroeder turned down that deal from the Lakers, and the Celtics were all like, we got a steal. We got Dennis Schroeder playing for the literal federal minimum wage right now.
Me included.
And then it turns out he's not getting paid because he stinks out loud.
Mm-hmm. Where is he now? Is he on the?
I don't even know.
I think we moved him. We got like Bol. We had. Oh, did you see? Speaking of that,
Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets.
Oof. Dennis. Oh, I'm pretty sure Dennis, he posted, I don't know, this had to have been real. He has a fucking Celtics tattoo on his, like the Celtics logo on his thigh. And he posted a picture of it when we won last series. I was like, this is kind of fucking weird. You played for us for like a couple months.
he's like a Celtics legend, like loved in the city of Boston. He's got a tattoo. Let's go Celtics Nation.
I don't know if he had plans to like put his fucking shirt in the roof in the garden or like. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
I can maybe see him. I could see him like in Atlanta, maybe.
Who, Dennis?
Yeah, Atlanta might be a fit for me, and they could throw like Capella. I don't even know. Dude, that Jazz roster is so like broken and not like built for championship contention at all.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That's going to be interesting to watch that play out.
Another thing, actually, back to Donovan Mitchell that concerns me is obviously that Danny Ainge is there now. And obviously Danny and Brad are, I would imagine, are still buddy. So dude,
wait, remind me where Brad's from?
Oh, yeah.
Noted Hoosier. Didn't attend IU. I really wanted us to hire him, but...
Wait, he went to IU?
No, he didn't go to IU, but he's like from Indiana. He grew up in the Indy suburbs, and when he was like going through his not being the coach of the Celtics thing, it was coinciding with IU's coaching search. So every like Hoosier fan was like, yeah, you probably didn't like see any of it, but like every Hoosier fan was like photoshopping Brad onto Bobby Knight. Like we all were all in on him on the coaching search. But I mean, Mike Woody's bringing us banner 6. So like, I'm not even stressed about it. I think we're winning the Big Ten and the national title this year.
Oh, definitely.
Full stop.
Definitely. I like the Hoosiers.
Well, you're a Kentucky fan. You're not supposed to. Watford for the win, baby.
Well, yeah. I mean, besides that, we don't really like. I like.
Well, yeah. The rivalry died because Coach Cal is scared to come play in Bloomington again after we handed him the L.
Right.
This is not a bit, by the way. This is like factual information. Coach Cal has refused to schedule Indiana since the Wofford shot.
No, I've
saying.
had it. I'm almost at the end of the rope with Mr. Calipari, whose signature actually I have right here
on your KD jersey.
Yeah, well, it's actually this is kind of a funny story. My high school coach goes to the Final Four every year, and he like doesn't even know how to use a phone or anything. And he's from Coach Cal was at UMass, so when he was at UMass coaching, my high school coach and him became good friends, and they stayed friends. So I told my coach, I was like, "Yo, can you get me like a signature from Coach Calipari?" And he comes back with this little piece of paper, and it's just Coach Cal's Twitter handle written on it. It's like, okay. So it's
I'm gonna start. If anyone asks me for an autograph, I'd sign it with my Twitter handle. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thought about burning it, honestly, but no, I don't know how to feel about Cal.
But yeah, that'll be once college basketball starts to heat up. We're kind of just in transfer portal season, but we got the Celtics Bulls rivalry, we got the Kentucky IU rivalry. We know ball, and we got a lot of ball to talk in the coming months.
There's a lot to dive into going forward. 100%. I'm excited.
All right. Yeah. We're already at an hour, dude. I feel like this hour flew by.
Yeah, I really did.
Our goal was like a half hour for this, just like a preview episode, but I really feel like we got into it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this was good.
I do feel like we kind of like we don't want to focus 100% on ball, and we just have an hour of ball talk. Is there anything like an entertainment or pop culture you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, I really wanted to get really like real in there with that trial, that Amber Heard and
Johnny Depp. Right, we haven't broken down Amber Heard, Johnny Depp.
Get deep, real, just real in there.
Yes. So Fab and I, we've been on the edge of our seats for the past, I think, 2 months. It's been going on right now.
Yeah.
Every witness examination, every cross examination, every juror comment, everything from either legal team. We've really been diving in. We've been taking notes. We've been providing the analysis for you all. We've been getting into the nitty gritty of the Heard versus Depp trial. So I actually have some notes written here. I'll just give my thoughts real quick.
I was going through my page, my pages right here.
Let me find it. Yeah. So for the Heard versus Depp trial, I have culture is dead. So that's about all I have for that. You want to add anything?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. Oh yeah, okay. It sucked.
Yeah. Everything sucks. Yeah. I think if you were invested into a celebrity defamation trial as a form of entertainment, you should probably be lobotomized, or you've probably had a lobotomy without your consent or knowledge at some point. Our society is in decay. Everything sucks. That's all I have to say about that. Culture is dead. But we had a good run.
Yeah, we had a good run.
We definitely
had a good run. We had a good few years, but deceased, dead, gone, never coming back. Just fucking brutal.
Yeah.
That's why we know ball.
That's why we know ball. I actually did not mean that like as a setup for a joke, like anything pop culture entertainment we want to talk about. How about that viral video where that guy asked the girl and her boyfriend, if you had a hall pass, who would it be? And it was the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you're the boyfriend in that scenario, like, okay, I wish we had the video up to play. We're not prepared at all. We didn't even play the video that MereKat put on a platter for us. We forgot to do that.
I just realized.
Should we play it now just to humor MereKat?
Yeah. We
just
should.
play the video. So we meant to pull this up when we were talking Draymond, but yeah.
Put on some 15 pounds since playing for you. If you care about winning, you'll get better.
Just Draymond going Mike All-Stop mode, just lead blocking, running people over. I mean, like we said, he towed that line perfectly. He knew exactly what he could get away with those refs. He was in their ears all night. But yeah, thank you, MereKat, for setting up that video for us. Sorry we completely botched it.
Just we allowed Draymond to impose his will all night. Like that was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
The real pathetic part about it was he called his shot before the game, like game one immediate post-game press conference. He said, Smart, Williams, and Horford aren't going to do that again. The Celtics aren't going to do this again. We're going to get after it. Mm-hmm. And like I saw so many Celtics fans taking that personally, and exactly what he said was going to play out, played out exactly as he said it would.
Yep.
So we'll see the response to that. But back to the viral video. So you get you're with your girlfriend. You get approached by a man on the street, TikToker, with atrocious fade. Guy just looked like a geek.
Yeah.
And you're with your girl, and he says, if you could have a hall pass for anyone, she says her ex-boyfriend. Now, the boy that was with the girl, he said, oh, my hall pass would be you on some corny shit. What do you do if you're the guy in that scenario?
I mean, at that point, after she said her ex, you have to say your ex. Something like that.
I think you got to go a step further and say like her mother or her sister or her best friend. Yeah. I would go with the best friend probably. Like that was just a tough scene. Like if he opened, here's the thing: if he asked the guy first and the guy said, "Oh, it would be her," and then she went, "Oh, the ex-boyfriend," then you come away looking like a sweet little boyfriend, and she comes away looking like a scumbag. Mm-hmm. She went first, and he still answered, "Oh, my hall pass would be her." Now you're just soft. Like you're not
That was painful to watch. I knew it was going to be painful, so the first few times it came up, I avoided it, and I was like, I just got to watch it. And it was way worse than I expected. I wonder how he's doing right now.
And then she's walking away. He was like, why did you say your ex-boyfriend? He's gone now. And she said, he's a great lover. That had to feel like a shotgun blast to the chest.
I did not see that
12 gauge. Yeah, no, it was the last 2 seconds. The dude had already walked away, so he didn't hear it.
My God.
He goes, why would you choose the ex-boyfriend? She went, he was a good lover. So he probably didn't hear it at the moment. He probably got home after his day. He was probably like, oh, she was just kidding. I mean, this doesn't mean anything. Then he sees it went mega viral. Then he sees she said, oh, he was a great lover. 12 gauge to the chest. Give me that over that any day of the week.
And
just brutal, fam. I mean, what do you even do? I mean, as tall and handsome as we are, we've never been in anything remotely close to this scenario. Mm-hmm. But brutal. What do you even do there?
Oh, dude, and I can't even imagine. Like anybody who knows him must have, as soon as that got out, he must have been everybody sending it to him. Like, dude, look.
Oh my God, he's fighting for his goddamn life in the group chat. I didn't even think about that.
That's like deactivated.
If I went viral, I wouldn't even care that the internet saw that video. I would just care that every single one of my boys from kindergarten through senior year of college saw that video.
Yeah, that is
nightmare.
Bad.
Your mother's probably saw that video of you just looking like a soft.
Yeah, dude. And you gotta have better awareness too. If you're him, those people on the street, they're trying to get you to say something stupid.
Oh yeah,
and you just play right
exactly.
Into it. You gotta have way better awareness.
Absolutely. Yeah, does he just show up to his 9 to 5 today and know that all his coworkers probably saw that video? How do you show up to the office? How do you leave the house after that?
It's I wouldn't be able to. It's work.
I wouldn't have it in me. I wouldn't have it in me. I'd be WFH for the rest of my life. I would not leave the house again if that video went viral.
I wonder, would you can't I mean, assuming they're dating, I wonder how that relationship, how do you move forward in that relationship?
You don't. And period, exclamation point, whatever punctuation you want to put at the end of that, you don't move forward from that. I think they were going to a Yankees game. If that's me, I'm taking her ticket and I'm going to the game without her. I'm saying Uber home. I mean, come on. Like, you got to have some dignity, some self-respect as a male there.
Yeah, right then and there, they should go separate ways. One go this way, like it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
It's fucking over.
Listen, babe, the mobile tickets are on my phone. I got the screenshot. Get home safe.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, that was brutal. Have you seen any? You're not a like movies or TV guy, which is just like a mind-boggling thing, like as a concept to not like to me, that's like someone being like, "Oh, I just don't listen to music," like somebody saying. Have you seen anything good recently?
Just Better Call Saul. I still need to watch season 6 of Better Call Saul. Actually, I haven't even started.
I have gotten caught up on Better Call Saul over the last like 3 weeks, actually, as you know.
Did you end up finishing?
So I'm like halfway through the season 6 episodes that have released now. I binged 1 through 5 in this. I binged 1 through 5 in the span of like 2 weeks, and like I'm trying to like space out season 6 for myself and then watch it like week by week when the second half drops. But yeah, it might be better than. I've also ripped like a Breaking Bad rewatch. Like it just makes Breaking Bad so much better. Like yeah. I'm a huge meth-verse guy.
Is season 6 all the way out, or is it still dropping every week?
So they're doing it like they do. The first half of the season is already out. Then they're taking like a month or 2 off, and then the rest of the season is going to start dropping later in the summer.
Got you. Okay. I saw. I already know a mega. I walked in when my parents were watching season 6, and I saw a mega spoiler. So I'm sick about that.
Yeah,
that's part of the reason I haven't started watching it, because I'm so mad that I know something big that happens. But I'm gonna get into it soon.
To me, like everything that happens in Better Call Saul is so hilarious because like you got all these dudes grinding so hard to like build up the empire. Like they're building the drug empire. Saul's building his law empire. Like, and it's going to be a bald high school teacher with a cough comes in and just like goes scorched earth on it.
Yeah. Dude.
Like just like seeing like everything they're going through and knowing how it, like, I'm not usually a huge prequel guy, but like they're doing it so well where like you're still invested in the stakes, knowing how it's going to end for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just prime TV.
It's so good. I wonder if you probably won't see any of Walt though in Better Call Saul. Do you think?
No, they just announced Walt and Jesse are going to make an appearance in the second half of the season, which would be I'm fired up for.
That's fucking
I think it's not going to be like it's going to be like Hank and Gomi, where like it's just like a 1 episode cameo, but like the fact that they're even going to make an appearance at all is awesome to me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I hate to be a hater, but we're going to have. So this is a prequel. So it's set before season 1 of Breaking Bad, obviously, like 2 or 3 years before. Let me look this up. Aaron Paul is 42 years old, and he's going to be playing a 16 to 17-year-old Jesse Pinkman.
I didn't even realize that.
He's 42, bro. He is 42 years of age. 42.
And
he's playing like Jesse would still be in high school when Better Call Saul is happening. As far as I know.
He doesn't.
It'll be like in in El Camino where they brought Todd back and Todd was like noticeably 30 pounds heavier than he was in Breaking Bad because it was like 10 years after the fact, which I loved El Camino, but like, yeah.
I'd watch that, but I really don't recall like anything from it.
Yeah, like I said, I ripped a Breaking Bad rewatch and then I was like, I literally don't remember a single thing about El Camino. So I rewatched that after.
It's
better. It's better than you remember, but it's still, I mean, kind of mid.
Do you think it's worth going back and watching as far as just like the lore of everything, or no?
I mean, you don't. It's more like, I think it was more for like nostalgia in the moment where like, 8 years later, we're seeing Skinny P, we're seeing Badger, we're seeing Jesse on screen again. Like, I don't think you miss a whole lot from the Breaking Bad lore. Like,
that's true.
He leaves the Nazi compound and gets to Alaska, like they said would happen in the show.
Yeah. That's right.
It was more so built just like at the time, just like, oh my God, I'm seeing Jesse Pinkman on my screen again. Oh my God, Mike's there. Oh my God, Skinny P.
Yeah. Dude, Mike Ehrmantraut's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Ever.
He's so goated. He's so fucking goated. I love that guy. Aaron Paul looks. He's just got to grow his hair out. It seems because his hair's like short.
Yeah.
He looks way older when he's like bald, or maybe is he bald?
No, he's not bald. He's got hair.
Oh, he's got hair.
Whatever happened to Aaron Paul in terms of like. I feel
I've
like once
never-
Breaking Bad. I feel like once Breaking Bad was over, we tried to make him like a leading man, and he just kind of never materialized.
I was gonna say I've never seen him in anything, but we just, as we mentioned, I don't watch.
I'm scrolling his Wikipedia. So since Breaking Bad, he's been in BoJack Horseman, which I don't.
Never seen that.
Never seen that. A Hulu series, Westworld on HBO. I've actually heard that's good.
I've heard good things about that.
He had John Mayer play at his wedding.
Wow.
He's got
Pretty good.
multiple Breaking Bad tattoos. He's got a tequila coming out with Bryan Cranston. Oh,
Which is
actually,
it?
they were in Chicago the other day promoting their tequila. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. It was like Dos Hombres or something.
That's actually sick.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Like every celebrity is dropping tequila right now because it's like by far the fastest growing liquor in the U.S. I just did like a case study on this shit.
Really? Oh, that's a nice looking
Yeah.
bottle too. I like that.
Yeah. His character was originally meant to die during the first season, but after seeing the chemistry between Paul and lead actor Bryan Cranston, Vince Gilligan changed his mind and modified to include Jesse as a main character. Hall of Fame call from Vince Gilligan.
That is a
Hall
crazy
of Fame
important
vision.
audible. Holy shit.
Peyton Manning at the line of scrimmage on the Breaking Bad set. That's insane.
That is crazy. That's like the whole show. You like totally changed the show. Like, what would have happened if there was just no Jesse after season 1? That's kind of crazy to think about.
Are you a Peaky Blinders guy?
No, I'm not. But
If we truly want to be like following in the footsteps of Mixtape, I think we got to get in on the Peaky Blinders grind. I think you do because I've seen it all.
You've seen it? All right.
Yeah, I've seen all of it. The final season is supposed to drop on Netflix in 4 days, but I already because it drops on the BBC like months before it drops on Netflix, so I've already illegally streamed the whole final season. So I'm very excited for like the rest of the country to watch it and finally be able to talk to somebody about it because Peaky Blinders may be the best show I've ever seen.
So when's that dropping around here?
Season 6 is dropping in 4 days, July 10th or June 10th.
And how many seasons are there? You said season 6.
6, but it's more like a 6 hour. Each season's like a 6 hour movie. It's 6 hour episodes, 1 hour long, and yeah, it's not like a normal TV show.
All right, so after work tonight, I'm gonna have to fucking binge it like Beckham.
Dude, we should get some Peaky Blinders talk on the show. You would love the show. Like it's just 1920s British accents, guys in suits, guys smoking cigarettes, guys shooting each other, guys drinking. Like it's just a guys being dudes type of show. You know what I mean?
You can understand them well?
I always watch the subtitles.
Subtitles? Yeah, I'm a subtitles guy. So.
This Tom Hardy plays Tom Hardy is in it, and subtitles are necessary for Hardy's character. I know all the Peaky fans will agree with me here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll start watching it. Everybody that's like one show that people have told me I need to watch probably more than anything.
No, yeah. If you're a guy, you just gotta watch Peaky Blinders. You just have to.
We can break it down as I get through it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be a fun little segment. Fab watches Peaky.
What are we at?
Peaky Fabbers.
All right, we might need to end this.
I was just gonna say
I gotta head to work soon.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I think we're good. I think that went well.
This was a good episode.
I cannot believe we squeezed an hour 15 out of this.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Anybody who's still watching and watch this, I appreciate you guys. We got
forward. Go ahead.
Just going forward. So this will be on YouTube, right?
Yeah, and I think Mere's also. Are we ready on Spotify and all that yet, or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this will be on podcast platforms or if this will just be on YouTube. But going forward, we'll be on Apple and Spotify.
Yeah, I think we need to figure that out this week. Like we said, this was just supposed to be a preview episode, and we were shooting for a half hour, and we got to an hour 15, which
good sign.
I mean, yeah, that's a good sign for me.
That's a good sign, yeah.
couple guys that know ball riffing off each other. But
We know other things too, though, right?
What?
We know other things too.
Oh, we know TV. We know celebrity defamation trials. We know John Calipari's Twitter handle.
Right.
We know the name of Steve Kerr's son. We know everything.
I know like a couple things about black holes.
Okay, give me one
stuff
fact
like
about
that.
black holes right now.
If you like got sucked into a black hole or something, like you would
If I
see
got sucked?
if you got sucked, pause. So like if you went into a black hole, you would like slowly go towards it, and rather than like disappearing, like light, it would you're like you would just like slowly like disintegrate. It would look like you were like fading. You know what I'm saying? Like light would slowly just get pulled from you. I saw like a visual of it. Everybody should go watch the Vsauce video about black holes.
Are you
It's
telling me if I
unbelievable.
hopped in a black hole, I would die? Because that's not really a fun fact. I kind of just assumed that would
No.
happen.
All right, no.
If
this
you
is
went
about
into a
fun.
black hole, some not good shit would happen.
No, this is about
You
one
would
actually.
disintegrate.
If you took like theoretically took a mountain and compressed it like all the way down to like nothing, that would create a black hole. I think.
Okay. Well,
That was a good one, right?
I am.
You gotta watch the
interested-
video.
I am less interested in black holes than I was before you gave your fun facts. So
That's
mission
fun.
failed. Maybe
All right,
come back next episode with some more black hole fun facts. Give them something to tune into. Something to look forward to.
We'll do some whole talk next episode.
All right, Fab's got to get to his clients. Seriously, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a blast. Already can't wait for episode 2. Looking forward to it. Hopefully this went well. Hopefully this is fun to listen to. If you guys have any like notes, anything whatsoever, any ideas, tweet them, any thoughts whatsoever, tweet them at us for sure.
Definitely.
All right.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, love you guys. I'm gonna hit.
Hey, it's freaking fair. Huh? It's freaking fair. What? It's freaking fair. It's freaking fair, breaking balls. Takes me off the walls. Talking all that shit that make you wanna get involved. They no ball. Rick and Fab, no ball. Look, when you wanna talk ball, tell me who you call. I know it's Rick and Fab, got it all, they no ball. Look, Rick and Fab, no ball. Yeah.